Hi, I'm Venus O'Hara. I make content about holistic self-love. And in this video, we're going to talk about dry January and sobriety. And I'm going to share 5 tips with you to keep you on track if you're doing dry January. Or maybe you're watching this at a different time of the year and you've decided to reduce or eliminate your alcohol consumption either for a period of time or forever. Either way, I hope these 5 tips will help you. I'm celebrating, cheers to me, it's 11 years of sobriety this year, and it's probably one of the best decisions I ever made. But I understand that it's very difficult. So here I'm going to share 5 things that helped me and hopefully will help you too. The first tip is, if you can, if it's possible, to have an accountability partner. That can really help you during moments of temptation, and also not just temptation, but for mutual encouragement. I remember I had an accountability partner when I gave up tobacco, and it was so amazing. We were always sharing different facts about what was happening inside our bodies as we continued with our tobacco-free journey. And it's just a really nice thing to see and to share these perception shifts that happen when you start going down a different path. That can really help. But it's not essential. You don't need an accountability partner to keep you on track. Because, number 2, I would recommend consuming content like this, content about sobriety, alcohol-free journeys, and also some online communities that can really help you. If you don't have anyone in your actual circle, you can find many resources online. And just the fact of watching this video and similar videos, the algorithm will understand that you want some sober content, and surely more will come your way, and that will really help you. And the third thing, which also relates to people, something that I found a big trigger was being around people who were, let's say, my drink pals, and also places that were triggering for me. So I actually avoided both. I avoided situations and people and places that were triggering for me for a period of time. Because I believe according to my experience at least, whenever I've given something up, there's been a period of, let's say, temptation, because I'm still kind of identifying with the old identity. And when I start changing, then suddenly the temptation is no longer tempting. The temptation becomes rejection. You're like, oh my God, no. And that happened with alcohol with me. I mean, at first you're kind of like, I really want to have a drink just to kind of let my hair down. But then it becomes, oh my God, these drunk people are really annoying. Do they realize they're slurring and repeating themselves over and over? And oh my God, the smell. And of course, don't even get me started on hangovers. I can't even remember what hangovers were like. But, well, I do. Actually, you can never forget that. But, so I avoided those drink pals. I avoided those after work drinks situations. And I avoided situations, places and people that could be triggering. But then a beautiful thing happened when I got into the rejection phase, is that I can be around those people, those places and those situations again and not drink. And it's not really a big deal to me. I'm like thinking, oh my God, I'm so glad I gave up. And if you feel peer pressure to drink, something that has really worked well for me is ordering carbonated water or something similar, because it looks like gin and tonic, and also if you don't even mention it, people don't really ask sometimes, because depending on what situation you're in socially, do the other people you're with need to know what you're drinking, unless you're all ordering together? But have your replies ready, or just say you want to get up early in the morning or whatever, because sometimes people are not always that supportive, and that's really difficult to deal with sometimes. I remember when I became sober, one of my best drinking pals over the years said, oh, it's a pity you don't drink anymore. And I remember feeling quite offended by that, because I was thinking, it's a good decision for me, so why aren't you supportive of it? And I think they were missing the party friend that I used to be. I'm still a party friend, but it's a different type of party these days. So it's very important to see who is supportive around you, because you don't have to also find sober friends to support you. They don't have to be sober as well. But it's interesting when, they say a friend in need is a friend indeed. when you're in a bad situation, you can find people around you who have empathy to help you out. But when you're doing something that's a really good decision for yourself, sometimes people can feel judged about their own habits, or even, they don't really cheer you on as much as you would like, and you start to see who your real friends are. Yeah, so that's really important. That's for me was the hardest thing, actually. And now it's okay, because I've got into that phase of absolute rejection of alcohol, so I can be around lots of drunk people and think, oh, that's not me, thank God. The fourth thing is money. Alcohol is so expensive. I haven't had it's been 11 years, so I was quite shocked when I saw how much drinks cost, because I've been so disconnected. And drinking, soft drinks or mocktails is so much cheaper. And if you think about it, how much were you spending on alcohol? It might be worth thinking about, or adding up how many drinks you would have over a night, or in a month, and maybe create something that I did. I created a self-love budget. So all the money I would have spent on wine and cocktails, I actually put it into a jar, and then with cash, and then started to spend that money on really cool things like massages and spas and different beauty treatments and things like that. Because I was thinking, how can I not afford a massage but I can, get drunk every weekend? It just doesn't really make sense. So actually just reallocating that socializing alcohol budget and putting it into something more positive, something that's going to be something that's going to bring you joy, relaxation. Because that's the thing, isn't it? On a Friday, for example, it can be quite, it's very tempting after a hard week of work to let your hair down with all your colleagues, or even with your friends, and just think, and get into a different perspective. But I think you have to kind of learn new ways of unwinding, and something that really helps me a lot is meditation, but also going for massages and even doing sport. And that takes me to my fifth point, is to actually create a new type of social life. That's something that's helped me a lot, because I remember when I gave up alcohol, I started to embrace a more daytime social life. So I started to join groups that were doing hiking trips, and someone who's getting up at hiking groups often meet at 7 a.m. and then they go to the mountains and spend a whole day in the mountains. That's not something you can do if you've been drinking the night before. And the wonderful thing about that is that you'll be with people who've also gone to bed early the night before, and who are into the outdoors. That doesn't mean that they are sober people, but at least they will be having a sober activity for that day. And so that's something that's really helped me a lot, is trying to create and find sober ways of socializing. And there are many options out there, many people who do enjoy nature, I don't know what else, but so many spiritual groups as well, maybe even not spiritual, but just exploring nature and different types of hobbies, and maybe even try a new hobby. Something like dance is a good thing to do as well, and just get out of your comfort zone and start doing different things, because social life is so much more. There is so much more to it than just going to a bar and clubs and just forgetting the night and throwing all your money on something that's really not good for you. I don't know a single person who regrets giving up alcohol. So even though it's a difficult decision to make, or it's difficult at first, there comes a point where you'll be like, wow, and you'll be so impressed with your own willpower. And my last point, which is not really a point, is if you do give in to temptation, don't worry, you can start again. Yeah, cheers to that. So anyway, hope these tips help you to stay on track during dry January. And if it goes so well, you might find that in February you don't want to go back to drinking, or maybe you will. Or maybe you might have a more healthy relationship with alcohol after having this experience of not relying on it for a month. Anyway, good luck to you if you're doing dry January. If you're going for the whole sober thing, also good luck. It's one of the best things I've ever done. I do have a playlist on here with my sober videos, and I hope you find them encouraging. Mwah. Thanks for watching, and I'm also going to leave a link in the pinned comments for a meditation about sobriety. Hopefully that will help you. Also check out the links in my description. I've got a link to my book, to my meditations, my podcast, and my Substack, and and also a link to work with me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon for some more videos. Mwah.